da, ba, boo, bo, ba, boo, ba, boo, ba, boo, ba. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. Alright, so there's been something going on lately. Something been going through my mind and just stuff that I have to get off my chest. This is a very interesting, intense episode where I give you my perspective. That's right. You'll know things the way I look at things. So look, I already know what this is going to sound like. This is going to sound like that meme, like old man yells at clouds. And that's fine. I'll own that. But I've just been noticing technology has made us weird. Not better, not worse, just weirder. Like, I love tech. I'm sitting here and recording this podcast and I feel like Howard Stern. Like what my setup is hooked up. Minus the fame, minus the money, minus the talent. Let's not get confused here. But just a guy talking into a mic out of his bedroom. But man, the way this stuff changed us, it's not normal. If you're scrolling TikTok while listening to this podcast, congratulations. You are both the proof and the problem. And yeah, I see the irony. I'll probably clip this and post it later. I'm no better than you. Now, you know what about all this and technology really blows my mind, and how I think technology's kind of made us weird. There's different ways. Like your phone is pretty much like a parasite. Phones used to be cool. Okay, of course, again, I'm making the reference that I am an older gentleman. I am a millennial, and I've experienced life before what we got going on now. And I can tell you that within the past couple years, it has gotten crazy. But to give you an insight, phones, they were exciting little tools, Snake on a Nokia, calling your friend's house phone and praying that their mom wouldn't pick up. Now, our phones are parasites. I admit it. I've caught myself doing it. It took me maybe 30 minutes to start recording because I was sucked in. You pick up your phone for one reason, and then boom, you've wasted an hour. And the worst part, you're not even having fun. The algorithm isn't showing you what you want. It's showing you what it wants you to want. 1 minute you're watching a funny dog video, and the next it's some breakup TikTok, and now you're spiraling about your ex at 3 a.m. Excuse me? And don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know half y'all gone down the same rabbit hole, and you think you're in control, but you're not scrolling on your phone. The phone is scrolling you. And that's not technology anymore. It's a slot machine. It's a dopamine hit. It's a little reminder that you're not enough. A little comparison game on repeat. I've literally caught myself lowering screen time on purpose just so I can feel like I have control. That's where we're at. We're negotiating with a piece of glass in our pocket. I'll have a great day, right? I'll go play pickleball. I'll go home all energized, maybe from a run. I'll walk Mac. And then I spend 45 minutes watching videos of people who seem way happier than me. It's a parasite. It's a parasite. And there's even more ways that tech has made us weird. It's not even just that. I'll even go further and saying that convenience of technology killed struggle. Tech made everything convenient, but it killed our character in the the process of doing so. Like, take self-checkout, right? I swear, every time I'm there, I feel like I'm in a damn training program at the self-checkout, and I'm not alone in that. I actually took the time to practice self-checkout on my own, just so I wouldn't hold up the line. And who does that? Who practices scanning groceries like it's a skill set? It's embarrassing. You're waving around like that avocado, and then you're like, where's the barcode? Where's the barcode? And you're sweating, and you don't want to be that guy who slows everyone down. Meanwhile, the machine's yelling at you, saying you're stealing, and I'm like, relax. I don't know which of the 19 produce codes applies to the bananas. And it's and that's just the day to day. And don't get me started like places like Starbucks, and I don't usually like to talk about work. I try to avoid it, but technology in my job, I remember when we had like plain POS systems and like very few things before a mobile app existed. And, from my experience of working there, and I get to see this stuff up close, people want their drink in 40 seconds flat. And if the Wi-Fi hiccups, it's the end of the world. People are looking at me like I'm supposed to fix a global satellite issue just so they can tap their Apple Pay. Like, Karen, the world isn't collapsing because your phone didn't register. The world collapses when you can't adapt without tech babysitting you. It's too many things. There are benefits to all of this. I'm just saying there is a point in time where the characteristics and personality traits would not exist if, years ago when we didn't have this technology, if that makes any sense. Like, people weren't as, what's the word I'm trying to use, entitled because of technology. That is another thing that really stems from all this, and it's not necessarily like a good trait in my opinion, but yeah, a lot of people just assume things should work because it just works, and not knowing that there was many steps and many processes to get to where we are right now. And it's just, and the thing is too, that makes it even worse. And again, I know I'm complaining, but I'm more complaining about how weird it is because, again, I use these things and I am stuck in this tech loop. But one thing I have to say is the constant trying to explain myself to people, because another reason what keeps us weird due to technology is connection does not equal closeness. Every time that technology says that it brings us closer, I don't think so. I think it's made us all lonelier. Like dating apps, you're not meeting people. You're swiping on faces. Swipe left, swipe right. It's like shopping. And people will say, oh, because I know people, and I've experienced it. And I met my boyfriend on Tinder. I met my husband on Tinder. Like I met all these people, and that's cool. But people also meet their dealer at a gas station parking lot. It doesn't mean that that's the system that we should all trust. It's not foolproof. I miss when rejection was character building, like the real rejection, like back in the 90s. Like if a girl wasn't into you back in the 90s, she'd roll her eyes to your face and you feel the pain in real time. But then you just go home and put on some sad grunge music and then learn from it. Now it's ghosting. It's silent. And honestly, in some ways, I feel that it's somewhat worse. Think about it, like it's just, you don't get to the opportunity to like build yourself knowing that you tried, and someone could be more obviously, now you would think it's more rude back then, but at least you don't have a wall of text to hide behind. You literally, you get everything up close and personal. And I just feel like it just felt like it gave people more instances to try harder. Because another thing about this connection and closeness thing too is I think a lot of people can push things back and push things away. We're more seen now, but less known. Everyone's like broadcasting their highlight reel, but nobody's like having a super bad level conversation anymore. Think about that movie as a good example. When the time it came out, is that it was also a time where it's just dumb and real, but it was unfiltered. And now everyone feels like half audition, half branding exercise. Like we don't talk to each other, like we pitch to each other. And you ever date someone who could text you for hours, but in person is like pulling teeth? And that's what I mean, like connection, but not closeness. Yeah. I would also say that tech also, on top of making us weird, it's made us awkward for sure. Like, people can't hang out without pulling their phones out now. And it's like we're allergic to being bored together. And really, think about that for a second. About how you're with a group of people, but it's always telling when somebody in that table has their phone out. It's like and it's not even about being rude or catching somebody in the moment where they're just checking something, but I get it, because I catch myself sometimes too sitting there thinking like, oh, this would be a good, make a good post, and I'm not even saying it like that is what I want to do. It's like what I feel like I should do. And I'm not even living anymore. I'm just content farming my own damn life. And that's insane. Back then, boredom was beautiful. You'd sit there, you maybe draw on some paper and maybe color, stare out into the window and stare and focus and then just take it all in. And that boredom made people creative. And now it comes from a different place. If you're bored for 2 seconds, you're pulling out your phone like a smoker with reaching for a lighter. And I swear the social etiquette collapse is real. People don't even know how to riff anymore. That old back and forth, dumb stories, wild tangent. And now it's all pre-curated. It's definitely something that somebody's practiced. Conversations sound like LinkedIn posts. Nobody's real. I feel like that's another thing too. You don't really get that. And hell, even me, I'll be mid-combo and think, oh, this would make a good bit for the podcast. I can't just live it. I gotta monetize it. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's one of the quirks that's made us all awkward and really fall short from being ourselves. Yeah. And another weird thing about tech that's changed the way we live is technology killed mystery. We don't wait for anything anymore. I know people do when you're into it, but the thing is, you were forced to back in the day, and now you don't have to. You want to know the entire ending of a movie? Google it. You want spoilers for a show? They're trending before the episode even airs. Imagine explaining to somebody in 1998 that spoilers would be the greatest threat to human joy. Back then, if you didn't know something, you had to live with it. Maybe argue with your friends about it for weeks. Maybe go to a library if you really wanted to take it an extra level. But that wait, that wondering, that's what made knowing stuff actually feel good. Now we know everything instantly, but it doesn't feel good. It feels disposable. And I think that's the core problem. Tech didn't just change how we live. It changed how we value things. When you kill patience, you kill mystery. When you kill mystery, you kill wonder. Now I can go on YouTube and watch the entire behind the scenes of Ghostbusters before I rewatch the movie. And where's the magic in that? Alright. So, yeah. I know that this episode turned into a rant. I know I sound like a cranky uncle who thinks Facebook ruined the neighborhood. But this isn't about hating technology. It's about noticing the thing it's doing to us while we're too distracted to notice. Technology isn't evil. I'd say it's just a mirror. It's a reflection. It's kind of awkward. The more connected, the more lonely. The more efficient, but more entitled. More informed, but somehow we're dumber. Maybe the real future isn't AI overlords and robot uprisings. Maybe the future is just us sitting in silence, scrolling endlessly, forgetting how to be human, one push notification at a time. And yes, I'll probably clip this rant and post it on TikTok. Because irony is the only language we have left. And who knows? Maybe Mac will go viral before I do. My own dog. That's how tech works now. If you or someone you know has been infected by technology, please reach out to Don't Feed the Animals podcast by commenting. And if you like everything that you've been listening to, subscribe. Thank you all. Look, I can't even have a real conversation in this day and age. Thanks, technology. Peace.
Signs all around. We talk a lot of junk, yeah, you vibing with us now. Build something from the ground up, yeah, we like to clown. Talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust and put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all, don't feed the animals, put them in a cage, they couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room, can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal.